Oh boy, oh geez, another one of these stories. I'm not surprised by any of this. It's not the first, it's not the last, and we're going to see a lot more of this as we move into the 2024 presidential election, as well as congressional elections. But ladies and gentlemen, my respect to Mesha Mainor, a state Democrat from Georgia who has defected to the GOP. Fox News reports, Georgia Democrat defects to GOP after she says Dems crucified and abandoned her. Democrats have gotten away with using and abusing the black community, Mesha Mainor told Fox News Digital. It's respectable because it's scary. The left will come after you and they will try to destroy you. But this is a brave woman who's standing by what she believes. Let's read what she has to say. They say a Peach State lawmaker who angered her Democratic colleagues in the Georgia State House of Representatives over her support for a recent school choice bill is expected to announce she is officially switching parties. Mesha Mainor, a Democrat who has represented District 56 in the Georgia State House since January 2021, will announce shortly before noon Tuesday that she will switch her party registration to Republican. When I decided to stand up on behalf of disadvantaged children in support of school choice, my Democrat colleagues didn't stand by me. They crucified me. When I decided to stand up in support of safe communities and refused to support efforts to defund police, they didn't back me. They abandoned me. For far too long, the Democrat Party has gotten away with using and abusing the black community. For decades, the Democrat Party has received the support of more than 90% of the black community. And what do we have to show for it? I represent a solidly blue district in the city of Atlanta. This isn't a political decision for me. It's a moral one. Wow. Man, as someone from Chicago, deep blue as they come, your words ring true and with great honor. Chicago has been ruled by Democrats for 100 years with nothing to show for it. There is no political competition. There is no reason for any Democrat to actually offer up any change because there is no competition. You see, the Republicans will come out and they'll offer something different. And if people are interested in that option, then you will get a competition between ideas to get the job done. But because there is a monopoly on politics in Chicago, nothing ever changes because you can't vote for anyone else. Good luck. A Republican will never win, they say. And thus, nothing changes. So good for you, Mesha. Mainor made it clear that her work across party lines will continue after she switches parties, saying she has never hesitated to work across the aisle to deliver results for my community and the people I was elected to represent, and that won't change. Mainor said that she has been met with much encouragement and made her decision to switch parties and noted that it is humbling to be embraced for the first time in a long time by individuals who don't find fault in a black woman having a mind of her own and be willing to buck the party line. Asked whether she believes she will face pushback from Democrats, Mainor said, the most dangerous thing to the Democrat Party is a black person with a mind of their own, so it wouldn't surprise me. Woo! Wow! Spicy. As for her priorities after switching parties, Mainor said she will continue to focus on education and expanding the Republican majority in the House. Education and the importance of school choice has been and will continue to be a key focus of mine. But outside of education, I look forward to working with my colleagues in the Georgia General Assembly to tackle the most pressing issues facing our state and to help grow the Republican Party, helping us not focus not just on preaching to the choir, but growing the congregation. In a video shared to social media in May, Mainor accused Democrats of turning against her for being a staunch school choice advocate. Quote, I support school choice, parent rights and opportunities for children to thrive, especially those that are marginalized and tend to fail in school. The Democrats at the Georgia State Capitol took a hard position and demand every Democrat vote against children and for the teachers union. I voted yes for parents and yes for children not failing schools. Mainor justified her position by noting that some schools in her district have 3% reading proficiency rates and that many kids cannot do simple math. I have a few colleagues upset with me to the point where they are giving away $1,000 checks to anyone that will run against me. I'm not apologizing because my colleagues don't like how I vote. Mainor also explained at the time that parents are upset that some politicians put the teachers union and donors ahead of their constituents. Mainer's speech took a personal turn when she accused her colleagues of being upset that she stood up for her principles. It's ironic. I'll say every election year, I hear Black Lives Matter, but do they? I see every other minority being prioritized except black children living in poverty that can't read. Wow. Excellent speech, man. We'll send $1 million to the border for immigrant services, but black communities, not even a shout out. I'm sorry, I don't agree with this. I'm not backing down. I'm actually just getting started. This is fascinating. Why would this woman feel the need to join the GOP? Let's talk politics, my friends. They say, I met a guy recently. We went to dinner. Shout out to Antrim 1844 in Maryland. Wow. Talk about an amazing dining experience. And one of the guys there said, you look like this guy who runs a conservative podcast. And I was like, well, I wouldn't call it conservative, but I'm probably the guy who runs the podcast. He was like, oh, yeah, you're Tim Pool and nice to meet you. And I was like, really do appreciate it. Thanks, man. Here's why I want to address that. This is a Democrat who has Democrat values, who feels the need to join the GOP. Why? How does this make sense? And I've long thought about this. They say I'm a conservative or I'm right wing. What does that mean? Serious question. What does it mean to be right wing? I have people who say that I'm clearly a conservative because I refer to conservatives as we, which is just absolutely not true. I often call it the freedom faction, people who believe in life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. But if that is what conservative is, then okay, fine, I guess. But therein lies the big problem. What makes you liberal or left? It's simple. You have to be a cult adherent, nothing else. This is important, and I want you to hear this. In order to be a liberal, you need only bend the knee and be in the cult. That's it. The difference between liberal and conservative, left and right in this country is, do you think for yourself or do you march in lockstep with the death cult? You think I'm kidding? I've had people say, oh, Tim says because I disagree with him, I'm in a cult. No, I'm saying that because you can't disagree with the people around you, you're in a cult. Here's an example. My political position on abortion, traditional liberal, pro-choice. My position on taxes, traditional liberal, progressive tax. My position on many environmental issues, climate change, liberal. Is climate change real? I believe it is. Yeah. I just think that the powers that be are likely lying to us to enact changes that benefit them. It would make no sense to advocate for climate change policies and then buy beachfront property, would it? What I mean to say is, yeah, I think we're polluting the environment in a very damaging way. I think humans are creating too many plastics. I believe we're burning too many fuels. I believe the earth is in fact overpopulated, if only in the densest of cities. Hey, sounds fairly liberal, I guess. Oh, unfortunately, when it comes to issues of school choice, Democrats hold that position. At least they used to. Now you better fall in line and do as you're told, or else you're conservative. Okay. War. Democrats used to be, to a certain degree, anti-war. They'd march around saying no war and say, if we win, no war. And then something happened with Hillary Clinton. They all just went pro-war. Okay. So if I'm anti-war, pro-progressive tax, pro-choice, I'm right-wing. Jimmy Dore is right-wing. That's the game they play. All it means is, are you in the cult or not? So if you want to talk about economics, I'd probably lean left economically, not cult-wise. It means like I lean more towards, community institutions and things like that. But I think we need a strong free market. So I'm fairly centrist, slightly left-leaning in a certain way. But I wonder where we'll go if Democrats like this woman are being forced into the Republican Party. Are we going to have three political parties? The right-wing party, the centrist party, and the cult party? I don't know. What I can say is there is this effort to force moderates to be conservative when we're not. They're trying to play this game where they're like, you're supposed to be conservative because, as you get older, you get more conservative, right? Instead, what's happening is conservatives are holding the line. Moderates are agreeing with conservatives because the left has gone insane. So the left says that anyone who's centrist, center, left, or moderate is now right-wing. They're trying to make it so that moderate individuals are right-wing so they can claim that far left is middle of the road. It's not working. Y'all are losing. Yeah. If I were to take the political compass test, I would land somewhere around traditional or social liberal. Yeah. So why lie? Why would the media lie? Because in their world, you are right wing so long as you disagree. Congratulations to this former Democrat. I'll leave it there. Next segment's coming up in a few minutes. Stick around and I'll see you all shortly.